Ethan watched from behind the monitors, a ghost on the periphery of the manufactured passion. On screen, Liam Vance, the man he had orbited for a decade, pressed his co-star against a prop wall. His hand, elegant and veined, traced the line of her jaw. The camera zoomed in, capturing the subtle tremor in his fingers, the slow bob of his throat, the crimson tint creeping into the corners of his eyes. It was a look of ferocious, barely contained desire, a predator holding back for the sheer pleasure of the restraint. The director's voice boomed. "Cut!" He shot up from his chair, beaming. The performance had been, as always, flawless. He praised Liam's intensity, his mastery of the craft. Ethan heard none of it. His focus was consumed by the translucent, shimmering text that had just materialized in his field of vision. Bet a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos he's picturing his assistant right now. Seriously, when is this sweet, clueless boy going to realize Liam Vance wants to devour him? Just confess already. I'm begging you. The stainless steel water bottle slipped from Ethan's grasp, clattering loudly against the concrete floor. Liam, who had been in the middle of getting a touch-up from the makeup artist, turned his head sharply. His gaze found Ethan instantly. "Ethan?" Ethan shook his head, trying to dislodge the phantom words. They remained fixed in the air before him like a permanent augmented reality overlay. And they were multiplying. He's coming over. The concerned boyfriend act is on. Look at that glare. He's pretending to be cool, but he could kill that water bottle for startling him. I'd bet my student loans Liam's gonna sneak a kiss tonight while Ethan's asleep. Again. The thought made his mind short-circuit. Liam was in front of him now, the familiar scent of his sandalwood aftershave cutting through the set's dusty air. His hand landed on Ethan's shoulder, giving it a gentle squeeze. His expression was as unreadable as ever. Ethan explained that he was just lost in thought and lost his grip. A flicker of something, perhaps disappointment, crossed Liam's features before vanishing. He was hoping for something else. Every time Ethan calls him boss, a part of his soul shrivels up. Poor puppy. He calls him boss to keep his own heart from breaking. It's a defense mechanism. The pop-ups were beginning to give him a headache. Liam picked up the bottle, his voice low, and even as he told Ethan to go wait in the car. Ethan nodded, taking the bottle and retreating to the sanctuary of the trailer, his heart a frantic drum against his ribs. The trailer was saturated with Liam's presence. The scent of his cologne clung to the upholstery, a constant, dizzying reminder. He had hoped for quiet, for the strange apparitions to fade, but the environment only amplified his turmoil. It had been like this since they were kids. Liam was the star athlete, the prodigy, the sun around which everyone else revolved. Ethan was just the quiet neighbor, the reliable friend, pulled into his brilliant orbit by nothing more than the luck of their adjacent suburban houses. Without that proximity, their paths would never have crossed. He must have drifted off, because a faint, tickling sensation on his forehead woke him. His eyes fluttered open to Liam's face, inches from his own, his expression impossibly soft. Ethan's heart seized. Forehead kiss daily check-in. Complete. Before Ethan could process the pop-up or the kiss, Liam's phone vibrated on the counter. He answered, his voice instantly cooler. He told the caller, Leo, that it was too late and he had heavy scenes the next day. He wasn't going out. The text exploded in a frenzy. Danger. The clout chaser is making his move. Leo Sterling needs to stay in his lane. He can't even keep up with Liam in a scene. How's he gonna break up this ship? An unpleasant knot formed in Ethan's stomach. Leo Sterling was a rising pop star who'd been cast in a minor role in Liam's latest blockbuster. He was young, handsome, and shamelessly leveraged the connection, posting cryptic tweets and wearing matching accessories to fuel a rabid online fanbase who shipped them together. Liam ended the call and turned back to Ethan, his brow furrowed with concern. He reached out and pressed the back of his hand to Ethan's forehead, checking for a fever. The touch was electric, sending a dizzying warmth through him. He already kissed it, genius. Didn't you check the temperature then? That jaw clench he just swallowed hard. Ethan's blush is gonna make him spontaneously combust. Ethan shot up from the couch, his ears burning. He stammered that Liam must be exhausted and that he would call the driver to take them to the hotel. Liam's expression dimmed slightly, but he simply nodded. Later that night, long after he'd dropped Liam at his suite, Ethan's phone rang. It was Liam, his voice a low murmur, telling him he'd ordered late-night pizza and to come over. Ethan's stomach rumbled in agreement. When the door opened, Liam was fresh from a shower, dressed in soft gray sweatpants and a worn t-shirt. His hair was damp, and a single drop of water traced a path from his temple down the sharp line of his nose, disappearing into the collar of his shirt. Ethan's throat went dry. Warning, thirst trap deployed successfully. The meticulous way he angled that collar. This man is an artist. Ethan noticed the toppings on the pizza were all his favorites. This was getting dangerous. He mumbled that Liam had a magazine shoot tomorrow and shouldn't eat so late, that he should watch out for bloating. Liam's gaze was steady. He informed Ethan that he had ordered it for him. Then, he patted Ethan's head gently before stretching out on the opposite couch, closing his eyes as if entirely unaware of the devastating effect he was having. The pop-ups were practically screaming now. He rehearsed this entire casual yet devastating look in the mirror for 20 minutes. Just eat the pizza? The main course is lying on the couch right there. Ethan took a dazed bite of pizza, his eyes fixed on the man across from him. The comments felt so real, so certain. But it couldn't be true. He remembered a weekend in their college town, passing an indie theater showing a celebrated gay romance. He had pointed it out, testing the waters. Liam had glanced at it, then at him, a strange look in his eyes before he'd mumbled that two guys together was just weird. They saw a slasher film instead. What's so funny? Liam's voice startled him. His eyes were open, dark, and captivating. Ethan stammered that he'd just thought of something amusing. Liam sat up, moving to the cushion next to him. He gestured towards the pizza with his chin and then opened his mouth expectantly. Oh, here we go. The feed me, wifey move. Classic. Hesitantly, Ethan picked up a slice. Liam leaned in, but instead of taking the whole piece, his tongue darted out and deftly snagged a piece of pepperoni. His eyes fluttered shut for a moment in satisfaction. The casual intimacy of the act sent a shockwave through Ethan's system. He froze, the pizza slice hovering in his hand. This man is playing on expert mode. Meanwhile, Ethan's brain just blue-screened. Don't forget, Liam totally has a pair of Ethan's boxers stashed away. Boxers? The information density was overwhelming. Ethan announced he needed to use the restroom. As he stood, Liam shot up as if jolted by electricity. I'll go first, he said, rushing towards the bathroom with an uncharacteristic lack of grace. When he emerged a minute later, there was a distinct, soft bulge in the pocket of his sweatpants. LMAO, he's hiding the evidence. That's the Snoopy print pair. We have confirmation. Ethan's brain felt like it was overheating. He managed to say he was going back to his room and that Liam, he called him by his first name, should get some rest. Liam's expression softened into a genuine smile. He stepped forward, his hand tracing a slow path down Ethan's back as he murmured goodnight. The touch was both an anchor and a whirlwind. That smile could power a small city. He is so far gone. The next day on set, a massive display of catered food and a pop-up banner greeted them, courtesy of Leo Sterling. Leo himself was there, jogging over to them with a dazzling smile, immediately latching onto Liam's arm. Ethan saw Liam's jaw tighten as he subtly extricated himself while removing his jacket. Later, when Ethan was sent on a coffee run, he made a point to get Leo's Americano with no sugar, knowing the man despised bitterness. That evening, Leo insisted on taking Liam to a private dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Beverly Hills to discuss acting techniques. As Ethan prepared to subtly invite himself along, Leo's enormous assistant, a man built like a linebacker, gently but firmly steered him away. He watched helplessly as Liam was ushered into Leo's sleek black car. The assistant deposited him at a nearby sports bar. Over a couple of beers, the big man, whose name was Mark, confessed his own frustrations. His boss was great, he said, beautiful and talented, but he was always calling Mark stupid even when he did exactly what he was told. He didn't understand it. A pop-up flickered in front of Ethan's blurry vision. This poor, sweet, closeted giant. Leo is playing him like a fiddle. Just then, his phone rang. It was Liam. His voice was rough, strained. "Ethan, I don't feel right. Can you come get me?" He sounded breathless. He said Leo gave him a drink and now his whole body felt like it was on fire. He sent an address, begging him not to call anyone else. Ethan's blood ran cold. He was there in 10 minutes. The address was a penthouse suite at the Chateau Marmont. The door was unlocked. Liam was standing in the middle of the room, swaying on his feet. He was burning up, his eyes glassy and rimmed with red. He practically fell into Ethan's arms as he pulled him inside and kicked the door shut. Ethan managed to get him to the bed. He went to the bathroom to get a cool towel, but Liam's hand shot out and grabbed his wrist. "Where are you going?" "To get a cloth. You're burning up." "Oh honey, you have no idea. Someone call the fire department." He dabbed the cool, damp cloth against Liam's forehead. Liam's breath was hot against his skin, smelling faintly of vodka. "You're getting me wet," Liam rasped, his eyes half closed as he fumbled with the collar of his shirt, pulling it open. The sight made Ethan's own body flush with heat. He thought of the pop-ups of the forehead kiss of the stolen boxers. On pure, unadulterated impulse, he leaned down and pressed his lips to Liam's. Liam's eyes shot open, wide with shock. Reality crashed back in. Ethan scrambled backwards, standing up. "I'm sorry. I'll call a doctor." But Liam, with a sudden surge of strength, grabbed his hand and pulled him down onto the bed, trapping him. His chest rose and fell rapidly. "Why did you kiss me?" he demanded, his voice thick. "I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing?" Liam's voice was insistent, pressing. "I was afraid." Ethan's voice was a whisper. "Afraid you'd think it was disgusting." A long, silent moment passed. Liam's face slowly drew closer, his gaze so intense it felt like a physical touch. "What if I don't?" He breathed against Ethan's ear. "If you're not disgusted by me, Ethan, can I continue?" The last thread of Ethan's composure snapped. In a voice barely audible, he said yes. The night was a blur of heat and chaos and whispered words. It was the culmination of a decade of silent yearning, a dream made real. When he woke, his body ached in the most satisfying way. Liam was already awake, propped on an elbow, watching him. He leaned in and asked how he felt. Ethan buried his face in the pillow and mumbled about being a little sore. Liam chuckled, a low, rich sound, and began to gently massage his lower back. In the hotel lobby, they ran into Leo and his assistant, Mark. Leo gave Ethan a lazy wink. You two were giving me cavities with all that eye contact. Someone had to do something. He clapped Ethan on the shoulder. Don't thank me. The shipping stuff is just for my career. I'm not interested in him. He then tugged on Mark's sleeve, and as they walked away, Ethan caught a glimpse of a series of vivid, messy red marks on the big man's neck. The final day of shooting involved a scene in a swimming pool. To everyone's surprise, Liam, the consummate professional who once filmed a shirtless scene in a blizzard while running a fever, told the director he wasn't feeling well and asked if they could postpone it. The director, already ahead of schedule thanks to Liam, readily agreed. Back in the trailer, Ethan started to ask if he was sick, if it was an after effect of the drug. Liam just smiled a strange smile, walked towards him, and began unbuttoning his shirt. When it was off, he turned around. Ethan's face bloomed red. Liam's entire back was a canvas of deep, angry scratches. His handiwork. Liam turned back, his smile widening. What did you think I was going to do just now? He closed the distance between them, his voice dropping to a husky murmur. You know what? Let's do exactly what you were thinking. At the wrap party, a glittering affair at a beachside resort, Ethan stood in a quiet corner, watching Liam navigate the crowd. The scene used to fill him with a sense of loneliness, of being an outsider looking in. But tonight his heart was full. Liam met his gaze across the room, his eyes smiling, and began walking towards him. The lights seemed to halo his head, casting him in gold. He took Ethan's hand. Let's go for a walk. They walked along the shore, the cool night water lapping at their feet. Liam's fingers intertwined with his. When Ethan worried about being seen, Liam just stopped and looked at him, his gaze so full of raw emotion that Ethan felt his knees weaken. He closed the distance and kissed him. Months later, they were in Iceland, filming a travel show. It was the final night, a live broadcast from the Blue Lagoon. Wrapped in steam and under a sky shimmering with the aurora borealis, the host asked Liam a question from a fan. If you could return to any moment in your life, what would it be? Liam looked into the camera, but his eyes were seeing something far away. I would go back to when I was 17, he said, his voice clear and steady. To protect someone and keep them from all the harm they should never have had to endure. Ethan's breath hitched. He wasn't thinking of a lost love. He was thinking of that rainy night. The night Ethan had heard the sounds of a fight from Liam's house and had gone out with an umbrella to bring him back to his. As he always did when Liam's father was drunk and violent. The night he'd been cornered in an alley. The night Liam had found him, beaten the man off him, and carried him home. Liam's own face had been bruised, but he'd only been worried about Ethan. After filming Wrapped, Liam took him away from the crew, deep into the wilderness to see the northern lights over the Vatnajökull Glacier. In the freezing, silent air, he slipped a bracelet of dark, volcanic beads onto Ethan's wrist. On the inner clasp was an inscription. What does it say? Ethan asked, looking up into Liam's eyes. A volcano breathes beneath the ice, Liam said, his voice thick with a decade of unspoken feeling. He pulled him into a fierce embrace. Thank you for waiting. Ethan didn't need an explanation. He understood perfectly. I love you too. Later, back in their room, Ethan lay on his back, staring up at the ceiling. Liam, he murmured, tangling his fingers in Liam's shirt. The light's too bright. Come closer. Block it for me.